Alright, hey everybody, this is Empillion, and I thought I'd toss something else up there. Kind of keep me motivated and focused on things, because it's kind of hard to do nowadays. This here is Snake, Rattle, and Roll, and it was an old platformer by Rare, as you saw there at the splash screen. And this is definitely a nostalgia title for me, as we used to always rent just a ton of various Nintendo games, and this is kind of one of my favorite platformers that wasn't named Mario. It's essentially kind of this top-down view here, and it's I can say that going back and playing it, I definitely didn't remember it being quite as floaty, and that's probably the one big drawback of this game, is the floaty controls on the platformers. Not all that great. But it has like an interesting little idea about it. You're the snake dude. There's Rattle and Roll, I believe, are the two. You can play it 2 players. I don't remember if it's simultaneous or not, but anyway, you are the snake. You roll around beating up checkers and giant feet and other random objects, and you eat these little things that these speakers spit out. Essentially, they fuel you up so you can well, they're essentially like your hit points, those little portions that fall around behind you. Some enemies will hit you harder, and take off more pieces, or flat out kill you, like the Bigfoot guys will. But you need to have full health to ring these bells, and these bells generally signal how to get the heck out of the stage. Now, these little plates that are on the ground, you come over and you can look at them, and you spit out various objects, either good or bad. And it's always kind of nice to check these things out, because they'll have all sorts of bonuses, or maybe sometimes penalties, but that's the way games work. So you definitely pay off from checking those things out, though. So it's again one of those things you'll get in the habit of doing. Of course, if you want to collect all of the little hidden items in those platform the plates that they are hiding under, it'll be a little bit more difficult, because, well, the game will, as the game goes on, likes to stick these things out on islands and the like. Much harder to get to. Oh, and there's me dying. Alright, well, like I said, the controls are a little floaty. I'm kind of rather rusty at this game. That diamond I just picked up there makes you invincible for a short period of time. And this, like, turny key that goes in your back of your head makes you super fast, which is both good and bad in the fact that sometimes you can actually go flying off the stage if you're not very careful with your jumping. There's another key that doesn't really help me because I'm still keyed up. Let's see. Oh, hey, an enemy. Awesome. That looks like I always thought that there was a toilet seat lid, which kind of, I guess that would kind of go along with the weird setup of things that's going on here. If you hang out in this water too long, you'll see that shadow shows up and will try to eat you. And it's, I assume, it's some sort of shark or big fish. But don't stay in the water very long is the key when you hear the Jaws-like theme. And these bonus stages that you'll pop up every once in a while are essentially just chase after all the little things that those little horns spit out, and eat them all, and you get bonus points for getting all of them. The gold ones especially are actually worth the most points at the end of stages, so it's best to get those if you can, regardless. Otherwise, this game is pretty much just kind of a points fest. Oh, hey, Bigfoot. Killing the Bigfoots will actually net you a 1-up most of the time. I haven't seen any in these first few levels that don't, but I honestly don't remember how far I got in this game before. I can safely say I haven't beaten it, because it's one of those rare games, and I don't know if it probably is beatable, but it's just real ridiculously difficult to do so. Brilliant. Brilliant. And then points tally up, and we get a higher score than we did before. Essentially, they just kind of add some more obstacles as you go in. Like I said, it's a fun game. I would definitely suggest checking it out. if you haven't before. If it's not going to become your favorite platformer of all time, no doubt, because it, like I said, it is rather floaty. There is something over there in that particular spot, but I really don't want to try to jump out there and get stuck out there, because you can't, even though it looks like there's ground about down there, you can't actually go down there, at least this way. And that's kind of one of the sticking points, I guess, that I remember. That some of these stages actually look like they have multiple stages in them at the same time. Like they kind of use the same. Okay, I don't want that. That reverses your controls, and that makes the game even less fun. But it looks kind of like they put some of the same like stages, like multiple stages, in the same screen, I guess. And sometimes it can kind of like confuse you, or at least you make you wonder why that stuff down there is there if you can't actually get there. But fortunately, enemies that just knock off your hit points aren't a big danger. Like I said, these things are all over the place, and you kind of need full health to ring the bells. So the game, at least as far as the early levels, will not screw you over and, you know, not provide one of these things to refill your health at. Of course, later on they will present more and more bombs for you to attempt to eat and die on, but right now we're not looking at that. We're looking at getting my hit points back, and maybe I can get up there. This is one of the things, the platforming aspect is, again, like I said, floaty, but you have to jump out and around obstacles a lot of times. It's how the more difficult jumps are made. It's not like a precise thing. It's more of a know how to maneuver around this kind of 3D, faux 3D environment, and it doesn't look like I think I need speed or something to get it past that. So. Alright, well, let's check this out. Hey, it's a warp zone, or a bonus stage, anyway. Yeah, eat. The gold one always runs the fastest, so if you see him getting away, you can always run across here and grab him before he gets back in there, and complete the bonus. Hooray. And then immediately lose your health to that thing. Alright, I know there's a bell right over there. I need to get one more piece. Sadly, grinding for health is actually kind of mandatory in this game, so let me eat some more of these dudes' legs. Oh, hey, time's running out. Wonderful. That's not good. I'm not gonna make it, because there's a... at least I had. Gain an extra guy. Alright. Nothing there. Okay, because that's where this dude came out of. Alright, let's get the heck out of this stage. Alright, let me try one more, and then we'll kind of wrap up this nostalgia look. Oh, and another kind of disappointing thing is the fact that you lose all your health and all your tongue increases and any sort of bonuses you had at the end of the last stage kind of get swapped off you at the... Oh, hey, I should have been paying attention. So it kind of makes... Oh, these are the little glob particle things that you eat on. Kind of change systems of propulsion now and again. These ones here are like rubbery, springy puddles, and they just kind of jump all over the place. Oh, hey, there's a new enemy type, or rather, a new obstacle. Some kind of weird fragmentation explosion. Come on. I need to eat things, because I know there's gonna be... Oh, hey. Come back. Whatever. I didn't want to pick that diamond up, because that might be important to what looks like a long staircase, which may have a bunch of razor blades popping up out of them, but you know. So yeah, essentially, like I said, it's pretty much platformer. I haven't looked and seen if it's 2 players simultaneous. I think it is. In fact, I'm almost positive it is, because it's also a giant headache to play with other people. Because I don't remember. I think you cannot pass through each other, so you actually end up. It's sort of like the precursor to the Super Mario Wii type setup, where you know everybody's kind of, well, the 2 of you essentially are beating the crap out of each other trying to get the. Oh, all right. I guess the thing. Eyeless blobs are a little suicidal, I guess. So I need to slide down here. Now something tells me there's gonna be razor blades hanging around here somewhere. Fortunately, when you hit these guys, you kind of stun lock them. So, oh, that guy dropped the ball. Ah, dick move. All right, thanks. Thanks, Bigfoot. Oh, I forgot you can kill the razor blades. Well, that make up. That's what it is. My eyesight isn't all that great nowadays, but they actually kind of are shaped like the one-up head icons, and then they kind of do the switcheroo on you. And oh, come on! I need to kill this thing because I need to get kind of a running start. There we go. Oh, I'm guessing that there's not a. Alright, well, suicide might be the quickest answer here. I don't think there's one of those. Alright, so when I said earlier that stages wouldn't cough up an immediate screw you as far as the regen or the, you know, food things, these things near the exit, I was a little wrong on that one, and they actually kind of start here. Me wrong on something? No. Alright, well, fortunately though, all those razors and stuff should be cleared out of the way, so the only real obstacle from this point on should be my own incompetence at jumping, which hopefully won't come to bite me in the ass, but if it does, on last life anyway, or no, okay, I have 1 left. Okay, 0 counts as 1. One of those games. Alright, so see, and that's kind of the big flaw, I guess, is it looks like that was a pretty fine place to jump. You know, let's see if I can continue. I don't want to finish, or I don't want to end the video on that. But yeah, it's really hard to judge because you kind of have to always go off the shadow on the bottom to determine exactly where you are, and sometimes it just doesn't seem like it shows up well enough, or you'll do something stupid like that and keep moving. But see, and that right there, that just should have been an alright thing, but because that little black triangular thing there, that prism is in the way, what have you, I guess that didn't count, and I can't land on that. No. Oh, but okay. Alright. I cannot be dissuaded. Oh, hey, look at that. Somehow I still ended up here at anvils. Alright, well, keep an eye out for okay, thank you, anvil. Oh, okay, thank you. Wonderful. Well, alright, now I have to go back down here again. So, now you can kind of see why, really? You can kind of see why, you know, this was one of those games that probably was a fun game in concept, and then somebody just kind of, you know, didn't really think it through all the way. I honestly just kind of tighten up the controls a bit would be real nice as far as. Oh, thankfully that bomb didn't hurt me. But yeah, I mean, come on. Not that this, you know, this part of the game is real thrilling gameplay. Having to constantly refill things and. Alright, I think that should be. No. The little glowing ass end on your snake is when you are at full hit points, full weight, I guess, as far as the game is concerned. Alright, let's try to get over there without... No. Okay. Let's see, again, that kind of looked like I was in the clear, and then... Oh. Alright, well... By all means, give it a try yourself. See if you have the same feelings on this game than I do. Little me was probably a lot more thrilled with the fact that it was a snake eating random objects and avoiding stuff, whereas older me says, wow, I played this as a kid? Alright, well, have a good one all.